let's talk about the language of accountability. When we ask people to be accountable to do certain things, let's be clear with them about what that we expect, but also that that is exactly what we expect and we expect it to be completed. Most people are exhausted at the end of their workday, and part of the reason they're exhausted is they never know if they can trust John to do what John is supposed to do, and Julie to do what Julie is supposed to do, and Tim to do what Tim is supposed to do. And when that's happening, you're going to go home at night exhausted. But if I know how to go to John and Tim and Julie, to each one of them to say, John, so by Tuesday at 2 o'clock, you're going to have this report turned in, and it's going to have the 3 columns. It's going to be laid out this way, and the outcome will be whatever. And you'll bring it to me a first draft on Monday so I can sign off it's going the right direction. And the completion will be by 2 o'clock on Tuesday. Is that clear? Is there any reason why you wouldn't be able to hit that obligation and that commitment? Good. I'm going to hold you to that commitment. And now, Julie, notice how when we speak with authority, and authority doesn't mean that you have a higher than their position. Maybe you're talking that way to your manager. Maybe you're talking that way to the CEO with a smile on your face. But you're asking for what you need, and they will respect it when people ask from you in a way that they're clear of what's expected, and they know this is a person not to be messed with. They're getting stuff done. They don't want me to let them down because they don't want to let somebody else down. And when we create that as the common language within the organization, miracles begin to happen. Now, I know, there's no pixie dust going over my head. It's not like I live in this fairy dust of land where everybody believes that these impossible things can happen. It doesn't happen overnight. But just because it isn't happening everywhere in your organization doesn't mean that you can't be at the core of starting it within your organization. And start it you will, because you're going to feel awfully good about yourself, because you're going to go home at night and go, what to do with all my spare time, because I have expected from each person what I'm planning to receive for them. I've spoken to them in a way that they understand that I expect it, and I'm holding their feet to the fire, because if they don't do it, I'm going to go, John, I know you made a promise. And around here, a promise is a basis for trust, and without trust, there's no basis for a business relationship. You broke the trust. What are you going to do to rebuild the trust? Because we can't keep doing this, John. You get that, right? Notice how when you go into the eye of the needle and you just address it, you quite frankly might be saving John's job. Because if he doesn't figure this out, surely he will find out that he's not going to fit in around here and end up having his stuff all put in a box and being walked out the door. We have an ethical obligation to hold our team members accountable for results. And one of the biggest reasons that people don't is because they don't want to be held accountable. Well, guess what? If you don't want to be held accountable, then somebody's going to let you fail too. So it's time to figure this one out and step up and hold everyone around you accountable, as you should expect them to hold you accountable too.